Hello, everybody. We are Group 1. We're going to be doing a presentation on Volkswagen AG. Here's a bit of background on Volkswagen. Although Volkswagen is primarily identifiable as an automobile manufacturer, it also produces, sells, and distributes other products and services. The company is divided into two separate sections to meet their customers' needs more effectively. Here's a company overview chart of VW's massive product line. Our recommendations will be focused on the issues of marginalizing customer relationships, as well as looking at the different forms of corporate structures founded on more open communication channels.
Under German corporate law, a two-tier corporate structure is often permitted and sometimes mandatory for certain companies. Because Volkswagen was formed and is primarily operated in Germany, they have adopted the two-tier corporate structure. Within this structure, there are two governing boards. They are the supervisory board and the management board. The executive directors and top management of a company are a part of the management board. This board is responsible for making decisions about the company's objectives and overall direction, and enacting measures to accomplish those goals. The supervisory board is made up of non-executive members. Members of the supervisory board are appointed by stakeholders and can represent shareholders, employees, labor unions, the company's group holdings, business partners, creditors, or state representatives. This board is responsible for overseeing the decisions made by the management board. While the supervisory board cannot directly make any decisions for the company, they can require that the management board's decisions be reviewed by them before being made. Now, Brittany will discuss the differences between Volkswagen Germany's two-tier corporate structure and the typical American one-tier structure.
While Volkswagen historically has used the two-tier corporate structure like Alana had explained, the corporate structure in the United States is vastly different. This is to contrast the slight differences between how Volkswagen America and Germany operate. The one-tier corporate structure is a reflection of the neoliberal norms of shareholder primacy and free market capitalism. This is much different to Volkswagen's corporate structure that focuses on stakeholder primacy, co-determinism, and managerialism. When we compare the two types of corporate structure that were mentioned, it is noticeable that Volkswagen's corporate structure has a significant weakness and that it lacks shareholder primacy and customer focus. Even though Volkswagen currently has a functional, meticulous two-tier structure, the company can benefit greatly by incorporating an independent board of directors system. For example, a reason that led to Volkswagen's Dieselgate scandal was due to the appointment of former senior executives, which created a serious conflict of interest. Another issue is that the company had put unqualified members on the supervisory board, such as family members that were equally divided between shareholder and worker interests, causing the supervisory board to hold too much decision-making power. Though we are not advising Volkswagen is to switch their corporate structure to mimic the board of directors that is in a one-tier structure. We are recommending separate task force that will maintain the company's independence and customer interests by auditing the activity of the two boards and passing on all parts of proposals to the compliance organization group. This organization reviews all the proposals of the company to ensure they are free from risk and errors for the company and customers. With this recommendation, Volkswagen will be able to unify their structure and maintain its independence while focusing on the company as well as their customers.
Back in 2015, Volkswagen faced major backlash from the public when the EPA issued a notice of violation of the Clean Air Act to Volkswagen, which we now know as the Dieselgate scandal. For years, Volkswagen had been promoting their clean diesel as an alternative to hybrid and electric vehicles. However, they created their own software, as seen in the diagram, that they put in their diesel TDI vehicles that could detect car testing scenarios by monitoring things such as the throttle, steering wheel position, speed, engine operation, and air pressure. So the device would put the car in a safety mode during these tests so that the engine would run below normal power and performance. However, once on the road, the software would switch out of the safety mode and go back to normal. With this software, Volkswagen vehicles were actually emitting 40 times the amount of nitrogen oxide pollutants than are permitted and legal in the US. It is said that this software was put in about 500,000 cars in the US and could potentially affect 10 million more diesel VW vehicles worldwide. The EPA immediately recalled the 500,000 vehicles in America to investigate and even held a congressional hearing. In response to all of this, class action lawsuits were filed against Volkswagen, and not to mention there was a ban put on all VW car sales and recalls were issued.
After the scandal, the Volkswagen Group has faced several problems with establishing credibility to its customers and stakeholders. In order to restore its credibility, Volkswagen should have prioritized their customers, keeping them updated on vehicle repairs, as well as allowing space to acknowledge and collect customer opinions. Instead, they backlash their customer by failing to take responsibility immediately, which will have likely repair more relationship than not. We believe that the root of this no problem at Volkswagen is centered around German governments and cultural norm juxtaposed against American customer centralism. Volkswagen American should audit its dealership and service center to in turn launch a targeted customer research campaign. This will help demonstrate that Volkswagen is open to change and willing to show appreciation for its customers, while still meeting their needs with a high quality and reliable product worthy of the brands.
We look forward to seeing Volkswagen's new push for electrical vehicles and wish them the most success moving forward as a worldwide company. Their customers and brand continue to grow in size and in popularity, giving a positive outlook on the future of Volkswagen AG and Volkswagen of America. Thank you for listening.